Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to YouTube. My name is Searaptor, and it's time for more Scuttlebutt. This week's game in the background brought to you by Tier 10 American cruiser USS Worcester. Now, ordinarily when I reach for a high-tier light cruiser, I grab Radar Minotaur. I love Radar Minotaur. I love trolling people with that ship. But I have been playing a little more Worcester. I've been trying to incorporate this ship kind of more into my repertoire lately, let's say, and I've really been enjoying it. This is a ship that really does benefit from that unique or legendary upgrade in slot 6 because it really improves the utility that you get from her consumables. And let's be honest, Worcester's utility is all about her consumables. You add to that the updated skills from the rework, right? The AA skills in particular. This ship is really fun to play. She doesn't handle as well as a Minotaur, so you do have to be a little more cautious about positioning, but there's a lot to like about Worcester, certainly in the current environment. I say that, we're all suffering through this dead-eye meta right now. Everybody's playing at 25 kilometers. But I still really enjoy Worcester. She murderizes planes. She terrorizes destroyers. And if the battleships want to leave you alone and play that far away from the cap, guess what? Just like a Minotaur, you can be the destroyer now, right? It's not always pretty, but it can work. So if your battleships refuse to fight, a ship like a Worcester or a Minotaur is nice because you can move up, assassinate the enemy destroyers, and then congratulations. Now that's you. You can cap and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's not what happens in this game. But I do get some good use out of the consumables on this ship. I get to be a bit of a troll, and it's a nice XP game. It's not some kind of world record damage result, but it is a lot of fun, and I still enjoy playing this ship. So what's going on in shooty boats? Well, we're about a week out from the next patch, update 10.1, slated to arrive, scheduled, should arrive, let's say, next week around the midweek, 17th here on NA, or probably the 18th if you are on EU. Time's running out to buy a Georgia, Alaska, a Massachusetts. Those ships are all leaving soonish, so if you're working towards one of those, I would say expedite your efforts. Time's a-ticking away. And of course, the Snowflake event is ending as well. If you've been working on Snowflake, dusting off the snowflakes for coal or steel or fancy containers like I have since 9.12 patch back in December, your time to finish that endeavor is winding down and will be gone very soon. So don't hesitate, get out there and try and get as much of that. Take Wargaming's free stuff, as I like to say on my Twitch channel. Update 10.1 will also bring with it the pre-release event for the Italian battleships. Now, this is something that you're going to start seeing. Streamers are going to be able to show you many of these ships starting today on Twitch. I'll be showcasing some of these ships starting Thursday night this week on my stream as well. So come on by, and we'll explore some of these. I've done a game in Dante Alighieri, which is currently available if you have a Twitch Prime Gaming thing, like you can pick up the Tier 4. And the Italian battleship line starts at Tier 4. Yes, that is odd. No Wargaming has offered no explanation, so don't ask why. Nobody knows why. It just, it is so, okay? So the Italian battleship line starts at Tier 4 with Dante Alighieri. You can, if you have a Twitch Prime thing, you can currently grab that ship for free. I'll put a link down below the video so you can go scope that out in case you've missed it over the last couple of weeks. That'll give you a little bit of a head start. And then the pre-release event will offer you access to Tier 5's Conte di Cavour, Tier 6's Andrea Doria, and there's a series of missions that you can use to unlock Tier 7's Francesco Caracciolo. Tier 8's Vittorio Veneto will be available in the pre-release, according to a recent article, for Italian tokens. And of course, the tokens will be awarded through missions and other ways. There's an article they posted yesterday basically saying that you'll be able to earn the Italian tokens from watching official Twitch streams during the month of February. So once again, it's taken Wargaming some time, but they're kind of, they've done a really good job over the years with the Twitch drops. That brings people to Twitch to watch the game being played, but they're starting to learn and do a better job of leveraging their own Twitch channel to drive traffic up there for more giveaways, especially when they're specifically tied to an event like that. So, kudos to them. What else is coming in this patch? We've got a new season of clan battles, looks like, is coming soon. Going back to Tier 9, which I'm excited about this. I'm excited to try it. I always say that before I get to a season of clan, but I don't always say that before I get to a season of clan battles, but I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed Tier 9 when they first offered it as a competitive mode. It was like a year and a half ago or whatever when they offered it in Arms Race, right? The very first time we ever got to play Tier 9 ranked was in the very first time they meshed ranked and Arms Race, and it was a Tier 9 season. And I remember distinctly going into that season thinking, this is going to be a disaster. But then I played it, and I had so much fun. And then, on top of that, the ranked battles, and we're going to talk more about that in a minute, recent ranked battles offered, you could play Silver League. In Silver League, in the ranked system, you could play Tier 9 ships. And man, I had a ton of fun of that. I really, really, really enjoyed that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a shot. It'll be nice to not have to deal with carriers, to have a different pool of ships to derp around with, and we'll see how it goes. For me, the problem is always finding time and making time to attend clan battles. Just because I've got a million other things on my plate between streaming and YouTube and the stuff that I'm trying to get, going with the board gaming, and which is a huge focus of mine right now because I've been slowly building up to it for a year and I'm making good progress, and I'm hammering it, and I really want to get that going, but man, it's a lot of work and a lot of time investment. Anyways, Tier 9 season of Clan Battles will be coming very, very soon. I think there's also, they announced on the devblog, we'll just kind of use that as a segue into the devlogs, more seasons of, a new season of Ranked is coming. So this was an announcement on the devblog yesterday that basically detailing the changes that are coming to Ranked. Essentially, Ranked is going to start with the next patch cycle. Again, we did this little test season. They're keeping the structure, bronze, silver, gold. The changes that I can see here is, one, Bronze League used to be Tier 8 only. It's now going to be Tier 8 and 9, so that's a change. Silver will remain Tier 9 and 10. Gold will remain Tier 10 only. They're doubling the length of the season. So this season will start on the 17th of February and not end until the 12th of May. Woof, that is a long season. Each sprint, these little weekly sprints that we've been running in the test season, will now last 2 weeks instead of 1. And apparently they have also doubled the amount of steel and doubloons that you can earn. So, by which it's doubled, I mean, apparently they are giving you twice as long to earn it, but doubling the amount that you earn. So the earning rate hasn't changed, but the amount you can earn for the time investment you make does change. And then they've of course they've made the grinds longer. I mean, come on, it's not gonna. Of course they made the grinds longer. According to the article, by about 1.5 times it should take you. That's how many more stars you'll need. Like, all right, well, we'll see, right? Like, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of this last season. I loved bronze. I loved silver. Gold League made me want to gouge my eyeballs out with a hot poker. If I play this again, and I probably will, I will stop. I will stop in silver, and I will just play silver all day long. I will never spend the time. If I rank out in silver, fabulous. I will never spend the time to invest the stars to advance up to gold, because not until they make some changes. Because Gold League was a miserable experience in this last test iteration. I played it for 1 week, and that was enough to make me go, no, I think I'm done with this. And they've kind of doubled down, and they haven't changed any of this, and it's bad. It's too many people fail their way into Gold League, and then they have no idea what they're doing. I had way more fun playing bronze and silver. And so that's where I intend to stay, playing ranked. I have zero intention of going on to gold. While we're on the development blog, let's see what else we're talking about. Noted some changes to test ships. Of course, the German destroyer branch split has been announced. It's not even on the live server for testing yet. I assume that will come next patch. So presumably we'll be seeing first look videos on those ships coming soon. But they're already nerfing the torpedoes on these ships. The only thing I can think of, and I talked about this a little on stream this week, I don't like this change, but the only thing that makes sense to me is, if you look at it, one of the things that makes the French destroyer line so dangerous is that their torpedoes are little fast nuclear torpedoes, right? They hit like trains, they're very, very quick, they have shorter-ish range, but with the speed of those ships, you can literally just charge somebody and wipe them out. Like, how many times have we seen a Kleber or a Mogador get in the face and wipe out a slow-moving or a stationary battleship? It happens regularly, right? Especially once you understand how to play those ships. I have to believe they're trying to prevent from adding another line of ships to the game that gives players a similar tool set. They seem to be really wanting these German boats to be focused on the guns. That's all I can think of. That's the only reason I can think of to be nerfing the torpedoes this hard this soon. So we'll see. Maybe I'm full of crap. I mean, German torpedoes already don't hit that hard in general. They have, middling flood chance and slightly below average alpha. And, on the regular German destroyer line we have now, the torpedoes reload fairly quickly. That's kind of their gimmick. They come back faster. But we'll see where this goes. They're tweaking Austin a little bit. They're changing the ricochet angles on her SAP shells. And then most of the high-tier Italian battleships, starting with Tier 7's Francesco Caracciolo, Tier 8's Vittorio Veneto, and Tier 9's Lepanto, are all having their main battery reload times nerfed. Caracciolo going from 30 to 33 seconds, Vittorio Veneto going from 33 to 34 seconds, and Lepanto going from 35 to 37 seconds. Woof. I'm still not sold on these ships, but we're going to know very, very soon. You guys will be able to see these on Twitch, as I mentioned earlier, so we can derp around and try these out. What else we got going on? Let's see. They made a tweak to Tier 8 Premium British Cruiser HMS Belfast 43. They gave her an extra charge of her smoke generator. I'm fine with this. She needs all the help she can get. She's not a horrible ship, but the lack of smokes has definitely been a thing. If you play that ship, you know what I'm talking about. Tier 10 Vampire 2, getting, apparently there was a bug in there. She could not take the engine boost modification. Now she can, so that's good to know. And then, of course, there's some tweaks in here to the hybrid ships they're testing. This is Tier 6 Premium Japanese Battleship Issei and Tier 8 Premium Japanese Cruiser Tone, both still in testing, getting some tweaks to their armament loadouts and how the loadout of their planes works, and so on and so on and so forth. So that's all continuing to come. And then, yeah, they've, another nerf in here, they are actually buffs, I should say. They buffed Vampire 2 in testing. They increased the they decreased her main battery firing range and torpedo range, but they sped up her torpedo reload. So the torpedoes don't go as far, but they reload quicker. I'm actually okay with that, if I'm honest. I like that because it'll give her a little different flavor than Daring. When Vampire 2 was, premiered, let's say, she had this exact same torpedo characteristics as Daring. It was the same thing, and now she'll have a little bit of an identity of her own, which I like. I like that they're going in that direction. The other really, really, really big news worth talking about is the King of the Sea news, especially for somebody like me who's invested so much in the tournament over the years and is kind of known for dealing with it. But there's a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack of that announcement. I actually started recording this audio and rambled for nearly 20 minutes, and that basically tells me that I need to make a whole separate video about that. So the King of the Sea news, essentially, for those of you that haven't heard, the short version is Wargaming has purchased the intellectual property and the name of King of the Sea from the original organization team based on EU. And they don't foresee any major changes to the event in the near term. They've announced this morning that they're looking into probably a late April, early May start for the next event. So we've still got a little ways to go, probably about 10 weeks or so till this becomes a thing. But a lot of people are kind of, freaked out a little bit, or, oh, what does this mean for the future of the tournament? I'm not overly concerned. But in order to help everybody understand kind of why that is, I need to make a separate video. So I'm going to try and get that done tonight and try and get that up before the end of the week, just so I can kind of strike while the iron's hot, and hopefully everybody will understand kind of where my thought process is. And some of that is because there are going to be certain things I can't talk about. I have been privy to certain discussions that I'm not allowed to share. But there are things that are public knowledge or patently obvious to anybody who's paying attention that I can talk about that also help people, I think will help people understand kind of what's happening, why it's happening, and then I'll share with you my opinion, because that's all it is, on what I believe the future of the event will look like, and whether it's, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. Anyway, guys, that'll be a separate video. I'll get that coming soon. In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Worcester game. Be safe, get your snowflakes done. You've only got a week left. Wash your hands, and I will catch you next time.